Hello friends, my name is James Hopkins, and as always I'm joined by my good friends Brian Castiglione and Anthony Alessino, as well as my younger brother, Jack Hopkins. On this show we're all about parlays, overs, unders, spreads, and money lines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Parlay-Vous. Welcome to the show, everybody. And after his 3-episode-long hiatus, Mr. Anthony Alessino has returned to the booth.
Welcome back.
We missed you, pal.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous I was going solo queue on Tuesday. Brian came through.
I can't express how excited I was this morning to be back and just be like, all my travels. I'd like to say that, like, you know, I needed a spot, like I needed to fill a spot on, like, you know, Barstool's podcast or something. That's why I didn't make it. But no, it was just work. So, no, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm ready to get right into it. But I think there's something you first want to mention.
We're going to get into it off the topic of football. If you listen, you know, we're a Long Island, New York-based podcast. Aaron Judge having a pretty crazy season right now. We have to talk about it because it's all over Twitter, the radio, wherever you listen to New York sports. Get your New York sports media. There are people considering this to be the record if he hits one more. Like the record.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because Barry Bonds doesn't count, correct?
Why doesn't he count?
74.
73, but why not?
73.
Do me a favor. Look up the MLB home run record.
Why doesn't it count?
You don't need to look it up because it's Barry Bonds.
It's Barry Bonds.
It's Barry Bonds, but
there's no
Barry
asterisk
Bonds,
next to it. Yes, he did steroids.
He did steroids.
So did all the other Mark McGwire and Sosa and whoever else. We're pretty sure.
You want me to start the list? I'll go down the list. I mean,
right ahead.
Go right ahead. Jason Giambi, Rafael Palmeiro, Sosa, McGwire, Barry Bonds. There's another first baseman I'm missing. He had a mustache. Whatever. He bashed home runs. All these guys in that era were doing it, right?
They were juicing.
So here's how it goes. I get that. Now it's gonna look so biased because I'm wearing a Met hat and like I'm such a big Met fan, season ticket holder, no big deal, right?
That's gonna be fine because he's gonna hit 55 in the blue and orange next year.
If he hits 63 in the blue and orange, it's still not the fucking record, right? So here's how it goes. Here's how it goes. People who aren't baseball fans. You're not a baseball fan, right?
I am not.
Have you been watching Judge?
No.
Have you been watching TV when all this has been happening?
They're intentionally walking him. That's
what I'm saying is...
You're talking about the cut-ins?
Right, the cut-ins. Have you seen the cut-ins?
They cut into SportsCenter Live, right?
SportsCenter? CNN,
CNN,
Fox, News 12. They're cutting in everywhere. They cut in.
To show his live...
So they're saying, breaking news, house burnt down in Malvern today. No one's... we interrupt this report. Aaron Judge is about to step up to the plate. And they show his at-bat. And then after his at-bat, they cut back to the house fire. That's what they've been doing, right?
Okay, why?
Because
they're treating it like it's the MLB home run record.
He is chasing something he is chasing the AL home run record.
The AL home run record.
Fair enough.
If he hits 63, it'll be the Yankee record?
No, 62 is the Yankee record.
Oh, so he'll...
Maris.
So he'll also be breaking the Yankee record. Yeah. And he's chasing a Triple Crown. Don't want to take away from anything. It's a fantastic hitting season. Fantastic
maybe one of the best
offensive
we've ever
season.
seen.
Yeah, amazing.
Ever.
I'm not accusing anyone of anything. We don't know that Judge isn't cheating.
No, we don't. I don't think he is. But
I don't think he is.
But here's what I'll say. Ready? So, making my point here is, if you haven't seen the check-ins, right, which is fine, there are plenty of people who aren't baseball fans that are seeing the check-ins and are slightly invested. I'll give you an example. My grandmother calls me and says, I was watching Judge last night. I saw him. This is like 2 nights ago before he hit it. He didn't. It's a shame he didn't hit it. You know. So people are getting invested, right? So let me just sum up the situation here. Back in 2004, when Barry Bonds was chasing 73,
Mm-hmm.
They cut in for Sosa's,
Mm-hmm.
for Maguire's, and for Bonds. And there are people, legitimate, like, sportcasters, Evan Roberts, who said, even as soon as today, as early as today, he said, that is the record because when I was younger, in my 20s, I was a football fan. Not a baseball fan, he said. And I'm at the bar, and it's coming in, oh, we're about to watch Sosa. Oh, we're about to watch Maguire. Oh, we're about to watch Bonds. The amount of fans that they brought in for life in that home run chase, everybody knew. The commissioner knew. The coaches knew. The teammates knew. The doctors knew. Everybody knew what was going on. But you know what was happening? Revenue for baseball for the first time in so many years. And it brought fans in for a long period of time. A long period of time. So I get it. Like, you want to cry about it. You want to say it wasn't 100% fair. 3 years after that, like consecutive years after that, Bonds hit him between 40 and 45 home runs. Also on juice. Mm. So on the same juice person hit 30 more home runs.
Let me ask you something. Is this a myth or is this a fact? His feet grew from a 10.5 to a 13
I don't know.
At like age 31.
I can't confirm that, but I
this
did.
Is what I did hear. This is what I read on Twitter.
I did read that
the
doctor that was working with Bonds and the team doctor, had said the reason why he knew something was up was because his helmet size and his baseball cap grew.
His head grew an inch in diameter.
So significantly that they had to get him a new custom. They had to call the equipment manager and say he needs to be refitted for all his headgear. So
this is what I saw. His head grew in diameter an inch or a size, whatever they said, and his feet grew from a 10.5 to a 13.
If you look at pictures, it's uncanny. But
so if I may interject for a second here, Aaron Judge is what, 6'8", 6'9"?
Yeah, about 6'8", 6'9".
Big dude. Have we applied any of these things that we've seen in the past to what's going on right now? Do we know about any of this in the baseball world? Because it sounds like the same standard should be applied. If we're treating this the same way. That's how it sounds to me.
I feel as though Judge isn't on steroids because he came up this size.
I don't think Judge is on steroids.
Right. No, I completely get that. But the credibility factor of when we knew something was up.
Right.
Why are we not applying the same? It was something with the same magnitude
because this
was held with cut-ins to fucking CNN. This is my point here. It's not. It doesn't make sense if we're not holding the same accountability here. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you: do you think that Judge's record should be the real record?
In the purest form of like sports, yes, it should because we don't know what's happening.
I can't tell if that's an age gap take or there's just different people.
I disagree.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
I think
it's the AL record. It's the Yankees record. It's an amazing season. He's going to go. He bet on himself and he earned his money. And I hope he deserves every single cent that he's going to get from the Yankees or the Mets or whoever else signs him.
I'm not going to scrub history for the purity of the sport.
Let me cut you off because I was going to save it and finish with this little point at the end. Because we all know, I listen to the Fan ESPN New York, whatever. Had it on today. All these Yankee fans calling in, specifically older men.
Show?
Tiki and Tierney earlier in the day. And even in the morning. I forget. Max Kellerman and Jay Will in the morning. Specifically guys like your dad's age, like our parents' age, Gen X and Boomers who are like the real baseball fans. There are plenty of millennial baseball fans, but it dropped off after Gen X.
Yeah.
It's all these guys calling in, saying those records have an asterisk next to them. This is the real record. Those guys are cheaters. They were all on steroids. They were all on steroids. They were all on steroids. The New York Yankees from 1997 to 2001 won 4 rings or 3?
What years?
97 to 01.
3 maybe. They won.
At least 10 of those guys, including 3 of the 4 rotational pitchers, specifically in 2000 in the Subway Series, were all in the Mitchell report. Right. They were all on steroids. Jeter's the only star from those powerhouse Yankee teams, the Bronx Bombers of the late 90s, that everyone fucking loves. Jeter's the only guy that we don't know that he was cheating for sure.
He wasn't good enough to cheat, so.
What?
His numbers, they don't say
right.
They don't say he was cheating.
But we know fucking Tino Martinez was juicing. We know fucking Giambi was cheating.
Clemens.
We know Clemens was cheating.
Andy Pettit.
Yeah,
was
all
on
of them.
report. Yeah.
Oh, wasn't Posada too?
Or
no?
I don't want to smear. I don't want.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about.
I don't
that.
want to say names that we don't know for sure,
Yeah.
but the other names we all know for sure. They were all juicing.
Listen, everybody loves Fernando Tatis
So should
Jr.
we take? My point is, should we take away those trophies?
No.
You guys, all these. By the way, same Yankees fans that think the Astros trophy should have been taken away.
Right.
All right. So give me all years from '97 to '01.
Right. And I agree. If that's how you want to play it, then that's how we play it.
So
We can't play fucking steroids are bad when it's in favor of the Yankees, and
let
then
me-
steroid. And let me make something clear: not a Mets fan, not like a baseball fan. He's a diehard Met fan. I go to Met games with him. My brother and one of my good friends, diehard Yankee fans. I go to games with them. I support both teams relatively equally for the kind of fan I am. You know, I can't see this world where steroids are only bad when it's good for the Yankees. But it's okay that we won all those rings in the late 90s, but everyone was juicing then. We can't have it both ways.
Like, in my opinion, the way baseball works is that it's one of those sports where you're a grandfather and you're talking to your grandson, and it's like, they call it America's pastime. And it's one of those things where you're like, oh, to your grandson, you should have seen Barry Bonds. You should have seen him. And you talk fondly of these guys. He hit 73 home runs in 1 year. And you don't mention the fact that it was a steroid race. No, you speak fondly of them. Just like we speak fondly of Babe Ruth. And no one saw him fucking play, right? When we speak fondly of Babe Ruth, guess what? We have Shohei Ohtani. He's the same he's better than Babe Ruth. He's just as good or better than Babe Ruth.
And what I saw about the Babe Ruth stuff is like, well, okay, they weren't doing steroids, but these guys were all on methamphetamines and fucking whatever other weird
they were all
shit
fucked
doing
up.
back then.
But now when I'm older, I talk about Shohei Ohtani the way that my grandfather talked about Babe Ruth. That's the way that the baseball is recognized. Right? It's one of those things like, you should have seen it. You wouldn't believe it. Cy Young won 500 games. No one will ever win 300 again. He won fucking 536, I think it was. No one will ever win 300 again. No one will ever hit 700 home runs again.
I saw he threw 700 and some odd
complete games. Yeah. 20 years of just straight complete games.
22 straight seasons
of just complete games.
Yeah.
Stop it. Nobody will ever do that again. That's just, and if you don't have that that I don't say wise tale, but if you don't have those stories of them, then baseball's just, what do they have left? They already lost so many fans.
Here's my I think I've come to my final thought on this. And I don't, this is not me smearing baseball. I've never seen a league that's more cheat heavy, I would say. I understand that, everybody cheats. Like, shit happens.
Right.
People want to get an edge. But I've never seen it more than baseball. I would like to say. What is the most prominent thing in the NFL? There's a couple things in the NFL. However...
And they're all to do with the Patriots.
No, the Saints.
That's not cheating.
No, it's not cheating.
That was just...
Headhunter bonus?
That wasn't cheating.
That's not cheating.
Fair.
How's that cheating? It's just fucked up.
It's just fucked up.
The NFL is fucked up.
Listen, you don't...
The answer to that question is that baseball's, at its root, it's always been about purity and sanctity of the game, right or wrong? Is it not the most pure game of the four?
Essentially, yeah. That's the whole gimmick.
You talk about any of these diehard fans, what are they all mad about now? The ghost runner they don't like, the pitch clock that's coming in they don't like, all these things that people are doing to speed up the game to try to generate more fans, all of the fans don't like. So it's this weird fucking double-edged sword.
Well, I've said a million times over, and this is how I'll close this whole baseball segment. I've said it a million times over. If you want young generational people, if you want younger kids to grow up loving the game of baseball, get rid of the fucking commissioner of baseball. Get a new commissioner. Get someone who's focused on the youth and not just donating to youth like T-ball leagues and shit like that. That doesn't do it. Every other sport, LeBron James, right?
Don't say something like, I'm not going to take away the title from the Astros because it's just the trophy anyway. Don't fucking...
Well,
imagine if if fucking Goodell's like, oh, it's just the Lombardi trophy.
They don't market their young stars the way every other sport does. And
100%.
Mike Trout, Fernando Tatis, Shohei Ohtani, Bryce Harper, I can go on. Even Francisco Lindor, because he's in New York and he has that swagger about him. Those guys should be in every fucking commercial shown on ESPN, especially in the month of October because it's playoffs. And it's not even Mookie Betts, and it's not even close. And they don't market these guys. But guess what? LeBron James, Mountain Dew, this, that, Nike. You see them everywhere.
It's Sprite.
Sprite, whatever. You see them everywhere, right?
Fucking what is it? AT&T or whatever it is.
Patrick Mahomes, he's everywhere.
Well, and so baseball should be the easiest, most marketable players,
so
right?
So easy.
Because of the fact that they're, similar to basketball, where football they have the disadvantage that everyone's in a helmet, and just the way that the game is shot, you don't really get to see these people.
Their faces, they're.
Due to the fact that it's baseball, so you can obviously see everybody. They play so many fucking games all the time. It's the last affordable sport to go see live.
And everybody has a unique stance.
Right.
It's incredibly mimicking. You can mimic anybody's stance at any time you want.
Baseball's the last sport that still hands out these fucking 10-year contracts. So you can you can still have a judge that you watch grow up and
for 10, 20 years.
And play his whole career there for 20 years.
Also, baseball's the only sport that you get paid for what you did and not what you're going to do. Basketball, they hand out contracts to guys who haven't done shit but have all the potential in the world. Baseball, you get paid for what you did in this league, not what you're going to do. Fucking point blank, flat out Aaron Judge. He's having one of the greatest seasons ever. He deserves all the money. He'll get all the money. But up until this year, he averaged 96 games out of 162 due to health concerns, health reasons, right? Always injured, always this, always that, right? 96 out of 162. This is the second year he's playing a large amount of games. And he's going to get paid. But history tells us he's injury prone. But he's going to get paid for what he did this year. And he should. That's how it works. But until you start changing those, until you start building up budding stars or potential budding stars, there's a guy, I know you guys don't know, and we'll get back to football now, but you know who O'Neal Cruz is?
No idea.
Shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's 21 years old. African-American, gotta say it, because they have no African-American stars in baseball. He's swagger dripping off of him. He's 6'7", skinny as hell. He has the fastest throw from shortstop to first ever recorded. He runs a 40-yard dash, steals bases, and has the hardest swing ever recorded with a bat on a ball that's left the yard in history of the major leagues. He's 21 years old. He's in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh hasn't had a star since, Roberto Clemente? I don't know. Andrew McCutchen?
They don't want to win.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That man should be on the peanut butter, and he should be on the peanut butter, the jelly, the energy drinks, the Coke, the Mac, everything you look at, that man should be the sponsor of every single thing. He should be leading baseball into the next era. He should be. I haven't seen one. You guys should know who he is. And you don't, and that's just enough right there. That's enough to say right there. You guys only know a handful of players because, I guess...
Right, but if he was a Boston Red Sox or a Yankee or a Met or a Dodger or a Giant or fucking Houston...
Maybe, but he's 21. Ride him. That's your guy. Take him to the promised land. It's just weird to me. But that's it.
This is what I have to say. I don't want to take away anything from Judge. It's a tremendous season. He's doing great. Love it for the city of New York. Wish you all the best of the luck in the world. Unless it's a World Series, Mets, Yankees, I probably lean Mets. Let's move into Thursday Night Football. You guys were not here. The line was 3.5. I believe it has not moved. It's still at 3.5. Depending on the book you get, it might have been at 4. We saw it at 3.5 everywhere. We had said I like the idea of the tease. Tease it to 9.5. Tease the over to 41. I had said I like that. Brian tailed me, and then I said Tyreek Hill anytime. Combine that with the Miami money line. It's like 3-1 odds, 320, something like that. Now that was Tuesday. Don't know what the move is.
I'm looking now at the.
But I know off air you had said something. The line's 4 now.
Yeah.
Even better. Tease it to 10.
Yeah.
Anyway,
going that way. Yeah.
Yeah. You had said something off air. You may be disagreeing with what we said.
I just find it interesting how the 3-0 Miami Dolphins, I know it's a short week, but it's a short week for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So Are 3-0. I know they're traveling to the Bengals, but they got there early because of the impending hurricane, right?
Right.
Are going against the Bengals 1-2, and they are dogs in this. So what I feel like's happening is people are, without a doubt, in my opinion, spamming the Miami Dolphins. And they're not letting this line, at least I don't think Vegas is letting this line move when it very well could be moving. So I want to look up, and I'm going to do so now, the same thing that I was showing you before, the amount of bets, tickets placed, and the amount of money. And I want to see how we feel about that and where the line's moving. And while you give your prediction about Thursday night, I'll look that up, and then we'll discuss kind of where we're at with Thursday night football.
I mean, disregarding the lines, let's get down to the football aspect of the football game here. Basically, Cincinnati's coming off, I would say the get-right game, right? I would say the get-right game after the Jets and the 3-0 Miami Dolphins. There's a lot of momentum going head-to-head here. And to be honest with you, I think Cincinnati can turn it around. And you know what? We were kind of saying we could see it last week. And I'm seeing it again this week. I think they could definitely turn around against Miami. It looks very easy to drop one here. And I think, the line is in the right place. I think that's where it needs to be. I feel like Miami, we might get too I'm not sure for the term here. I think we're getting too high because this might be a low here.
They did beat 3 very good teams.
They beat 3 very good teams. Well, however, it is when you beat 3 very good teams and you're feeling it and you're feeling good, that doesn't stop somebody from coming out and smashing you around and being like, all right, what do you got? I mean, obviously the guys you're looking at in this game here, you're looking at Tyreek, you're looking at Jalen Waddle, you're looking at Jamar, you're looking at the receivers here. This might be a smash mouth, ground and pound game of football here that we're looking at.
So what's the pick?
I mean, I think I'm looking at Cincinnati tonight.
Plus
that's
4?
What I'm looking at. Plus
-4?
-4. Yeah, to be honest with you, you were talking about that tease earlier. You might want to tease that to -10.
No, you can't. That's not the way it works.
You can't have to tease it down.
You can't tease it to -10. Why would you do that?
No, you would have to alt spread it.
You would have to alternate spread it.
And
I don't know if you'd get up to 10. I mean, I guess you could get whatever you wanted, right?
Yeah, but
in theory.
Yeah, you could.
-10, he says. He says alternate spread -10. Is that what you're saying live on the air right now?
That's what I'm saying, live on the air right now.
55% of the bets are on the Bengals. That's why it moved from the 3.5 for a second back to 4.
55% of the tickets are on the Bengals, but where is the money?
I gotta find a website that's gonna show me that because this one's not. They won't be able to pay up for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
These guys.
It's kind of disrespectful.
So,
well, James, let's hear your thoughts about it.
I had said what I had said on Tuesday was that you teased Miami to fucking +10 and teased the over down to 41. Do a 2-team teaser.
So, real quick, money line. The Dolphins are obviously 3-0. They're undefeated. Against the spread, they're also 3-0. They covered every game. Bengals are 1-2, and the over/under, the Bengals are 0-3 on the under three straight times, and the Bengals are 1-2.
The unders hit at a 67% clip so far in the NFL.
And it's painful that they're not going to show me this, which is just immaculate. We got 4 pretty much everywhere across the board. I really don't know. I really don't know. It's not a bad move. So you would tease it under, you said?
Over 41. I mean, you could go the other way and tease it under 53.
I don't know. Here we go. 55% of the bets. 55% of the bets are on the Bengals. The tickets. 80% of the money is on the Bengals. So you want to do it? You want to follow the theory and go fucking Dolphins?
Go Miami fucking money line.
It sounds sick that the Bengals are going to fold to 1-3. Like it's just like you can't. It wouldn't be possible, right? But it's telling me, with the information that we're gathering, right? It's saying that
it doesn't sound that crazy. The information you're gathering tells me Miami +4 and maybe even the Miami money line, which is where I was kind of leaning anyway.
Right.
But I've been so wrong so much this year. So when you said Bengals, I was like, I'll ride with you. Like if we're gonna fucking say
Right.
But here's what I'll say as a lifetime Jet fan at 29 years old, probably been paying attention since I was 6. So call 23 years of being a Jets fan, like attentively watching the Jet games. What this screams like happening to me is Miami winning handedly tonight, rolling into, I don't know if they're going into MetLife Stadium or if the Jets are going to Miami yet. Just check that for me if you can.
Yep,
they're going to
MetLife.
So they win this game handedly tonight. They fucking roll into MetLife. Zach Wilson goes to Pittsburgh, competes, not saying they win or not, but competes, shows they have it. And then they get fucking stifled by the Jets for no reason, and the Jets win that game 13-10 to give them their first loss of the year. And it never winds up meaning anything in the grand scheme of things, divisionally or anything.
Yeah.
But this is just how this fucking shit goes, dude.
Yeah. So we're going to keep moving on. We're just going to move away from the Thursday night segment.
We're going to move it into line movement, and you have that on your phone.
And we're going to monitor this, and we're going to come back, because it's already moving down to 78%. So move from 80 to 78 within the minutes. So we're going to play with it at the end of the show, and we'll see where we're at. So, line movement. I'm just going to go through it. You want me to stop at every single one or just go right through it?
Say the one, make a quick statement, we'll keep it moving.
Cleveland versus Atlanta. It opened Cleveland -2.5. It's currently Cleveland -1. So it moves 1.5.
So that's either telling you that a lot of money's coming in on Cleveland. I mean, it's probably telling you a lot of money's coming in on Cleveland.
Or Myles Garrett.
Anything?
No, I got
Think about it from a perspective of what Vegas is
I
thinking.
wasn't probably touching this anyway.
Brown should win this game.
They should. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Washington versus Dallas. Dallas opened up -3.5. It moved to 3. That's probably a money play. Anything that's a half point is probably just money being moved. Seattle at Detroit. Detroit opened up at -4.5. They're moving to 4. If it gets to 3.5, I'm absolutely taking Detroit. If it gets to 3, I'm absolutely taking Detroit. That's an absolute whatever. Stop me if you have anything to say. Mm-hmm. Titans at Indy. Indy opened -3. Now it's moving to 3.5. I get that. That seems like a bait and switch fucking thing, as well. Jets in Pittsburgh. This is a little surprising to me. The Pittsburgh opened at -3.5. It's currently Pitt -3. It surprised me a little bit because Zach Wilson has no influence on the spread via Vegas or via the public.
Right.
Like I could kind of.
We don't
it's
know.
It's all fog, dude. We don't know. We can't see.
What's he gonna do?
We can't see, dude. I would be interested to see this go down to 2.5. I think it's gonna keep moving because to me
I think Trubisky sucks.
Yeah, he couldn't throw a pick for me when I needed him to. So
whatever. I think I'm being so sacrilegious right now in breaking the Jets gambling rule, because if I bet on them this week and they look tasty, that's 3 straight weeks I will have bet on the Jets already, and we're in week 4.
Yeah, it's
it's sacrilegious.
I mean, what are you doing?
Trubisky sucks, dude.
He does, but
and they're 0-7 without T.J. Watt since they drafted him.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I don't know why it took so long for that to click for me, but Panthers versus Arizona. Carolina opened -1.
Where's the line now?
Carolina's -1.5. Minor movement, and obviously from Thursday to Sunday they're going to probably even move more. But this is one of those games. Why? Why when you were just told Christian McCaffrey's not 100%.
Missed 2 straight practices.
But he should play. But he's not 100%. Is Arizona that bad?
I think so.
Is Cliff on the hot seat already?
I think so.
Right?
Cliff's been on the hot seat too.
It's fucking backyard. It's backyard football every time they snap the ball.
Wild.
There's one
target.
Football.
There is one target, and people still fail to cover him. Marquise Brown, and he's been catching the same fucking passes. These little fucking routes that are like a 5-yard catch, and then it's like 4 after the catch. And it's fucking weird to see because you're looking at this. I forgot what it was. I think it was like 10 targets, 7 catches, like 140 yards. One guy. And the defenses aren't stopping one guy.
Well, it won't be for long.
It won't be for long.
Because Kyler's running around the pocket like a toddler that's not trying to give up his mom's tablet, dude.
Yeah.
He's buying time.
That's a pretty good...
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
James. Love that.
Scooting around back there like a little child, dude.
Running around like a dog with their socks in his mouth. It's fucking...
That's not a bad one either.
No.
It's not... I didn't know if it was going to hit, but that was pretty good. Here we go. Packers at New England. Packers opened up minus 10.5. It's now 9.5.
Interesting. Don't know why.
We have, and also to specify, no, we don't know what's going on with Mac.
Oh, no, we know,
Mac's
dude.
not playing.
He's done,
Not?
4 to 6.
Yeah,
minimum.
but Belichick's still saying this bullshit about we're taking it day to day.
So here is a little history lesson for you, and we'll do it quick. Bill Belichick used to list Tom Brady on the injury report as doubtful or questionable every fucking week for 20 years, dude. You do not listen to a word Bill Belichick says. He's playing fucking chess. He's playing 3D chess while everyone else is out here playing chess.
By the way,
he might need surgery, dude. They said that his high ankle sprain is so severe
that if he wasn't built different,
that normal people would definitely need surgery. He's missing 4 to 6 minimum. It's going to be Brian Hoyer. Makes no sense to me that the line dropped.
Okay, that was my next question. Who the fuck's playing quarterback and it's Brian Hoyer? Cam Newton, not on any team right now, right?
Nope, available.
No,
available.
we're not.
Stop it. He's on I Am Athlete.
Yeah,
What's next?
What?
It's funny that Brendan Marshall actually said on ESPN today that it's time to put Bill Belichick on the hot seat. But we'll move on. KC at KC Burrs Buccaneers. KC opened minus 3. It is now minus
3.5.
Yes, 3.5.
2.5.
1.
Okay, interesting.
So, how much money is being placed on? Like, what's going on here? Right?
Yeah.
All right,
That's interesting.
and last one, Rams versus San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers opened up at minus 2.5. And now they're minus 1.
Yeah, I said on Tuesday, fucking smash that now, because if they're still underdogs by Sunday, something's desperately wrong, dude.
What's the matchup?
I was thinking about making them my glizzy god, but now
Rams
it's
and
minus
49ers.
1. I can't do it.
Rams and 49ers. So that's the line movement segment. Are we taking a break before injuries and DFS?
Yes, that's correct. We're taking a break.
All right, we'll be back in a flash.
It's a new year, and with new year comes new resolutions. And what's going to help you complete the resolutions that you set forward for yourself this year? Inspiration. And we have just the company for you that's focused around inspiration. Head on over to staythirstyco.com and put in the code HAVOC to get 15% off on your next order. And make sure you take a look over at the Winter 2022 collection. That's staythirstyco.com. Drop the OY and focus on you.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to start with the injury updates here, and then we're going to move on to daily fantasy. But first, what do we got for these injuries here? What are we looking at?
All right, running through them quickly. Like I said, stop me if you want to make a statement about them. We got Tua, head, back, ankle. He's all over the place.
He's playing.
He is playing. He is playing tonight. That is tonight, obviously. Dalvin Cook, shoulder, questionable.
They said he's probably playing.
He's got a sling on.
He's got a sling on.
Just saying.
I think he comes out halfway through the game, but that's...
Quarterback Jameis Winston, back.
Yeah, 4 cracked vertebrae.
Jarvis Landry, ankle.
Out.
Michael Thomas, foot. Landry's
Close.
out, you think?
I think Landry's out, yeah.
Okay. DeAndre Swift.
They said that he should
Doubtful.
sit 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell said that. So
Right?
I would assume Jay Will gets a lot.
Oh, my God. He's probably, yeah.
That guy's about to feast.
Montgomery, out, right?
Yeah, Khalil Herbert, another guy that's going to feast.
Wan'Dale Robinson, knee, questionable, did not practice. Kadarius Toney, man's always hurt, hasn't practiced. Dallas Goedert, shin, hasn't practiced. Josh Allen, hand on the report. I don't think it's that big of an issue.
He's an Iron Man. Josh Allen, quarterback, right?
Josh Allen, quarterback. Herbert, ribs, I'm assuming he played last
Still,
week. He's
yeah,
gonna
he played last week. He's gonna play this week.
I think that affected him.
I don't think he should. He should just rest.
No, I think last week it definitely affected him. His play.
Yeah, 100%.
Keenan Allen trying to give it a go. Was he back in practice today?
I walked out of practice by doctors. Actually, I read.
He should he's probably gonna wind up
Sitting.
I mean, season from hell for them, right? Because also this isn't going to be on the list because we're doing fantasy
Defense,
plays.
yes.
Rashawn Slater, left tackle, done for the year, torn biceps.
Yes.
Joey Bosa, needs surgery on his groin, going to the IR.
Yeah.
They expect him maybe back. Not Derwin James. The J.C. Jackson has not been recovering great from that ankle surgery in the offseason.
No.
They're beat up all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
They're
100%.
hurting.
Somebody else who's absolutely mangled, A.J. Green, Rondale Moore of the Cardinals, wide receivers. A.J. Green not practicing. Rondale Moore
Haven't heard
can't
anything.
confirm.
Yeah.
Cannot confirm. Might play.
But he hasn't played all year. So,
Let's get on the horse, Rondale.
we're waiting on you. Mac Jones says questionable / doubtful. I'm going to say
No.
Outski.
About this.
It's an
We were
emphatic
there.
no.
I'm going to say Outski. Jacoby Myers, knee.
Jacoby Myers.
I think no.
I would
He
also
might-
say no.
He might play. He was looking good this week.
He has
but
absolutely no value. And even if
Don't
he does,
start him. No, zero shot.
with Brian Hoyer, I don't
With
think
Brian
anything.
Hoyer, I don't think you should start any Patriots
Uh,
players. Maybe besides Ramondre, but don't start any of them.
Christian Watson,
I think he's out.
I think he's out too.
Hunter Renfro, concussion. He did.
Definitely out.
No. Yeah? I thought he practiced.
I think he's practicing, but I don't think he should play.
Okay. Godwin, knee, hamstring, and
Definitely
Julio
out.
Jones, knee.
Definitely
I
out.
think no on both of them is what I heard.
Apparently, it was a partial PCL tear for Julio. So
So
partial, I think so.
that's the injury report. There's some big names on there. I think we could say this with. I think I
We
could.
didn't even bring up McCaffrey.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
McCaffrey
late.
quad.
I think I could comfortably say maybe this is me. Maybe I say this every year, but there are a lot of injuries this year to top stars, and maybe I say that every year in week 4. Maybe I'm like but I can't remember it until the year goes by and I'm like, there's a lot of injuries this year.
I think it's more prevalent than now because I think we're starting to see a shift in a football generation.
Oh, Sterling Shepard, torn ACL,
Yeah.
done for the year.
Well,
for the
How
year.
would we forget
Yeah,
that?
but he's not really. I don't want to say fantasy relevant.
True.
But,
He kind of.
I mean, just
daily
if,
fantasy.
if you're in a deep league and you're
Yeah.
desperate.
I had him. I dropped him. I had him. I mean, that guy. I feel so bad for that guy. Everybody. I don't know him
He's a
personally,
dog,
obviously.
man.
Everybody says he's like one of the nicest human beings they've ever met. Everybody around there. Now, real quick, before we get to daily fantasy, I just want to make one quick statement and, give me one quick statement answer. So use it wisely. Okay?
Yeah.
Odell Beckham Jr. signs with the Giants.
No.
True or false?
False.
True.
I'm glad because it makes me
How
warm
do you
and
go
fuzzy
back?
inside. You just go back. It's easy. You just go back. You know why? They will welcome him with open arms. I'm a Giant fan. I know.
Will you cry if
I
you
won't
see him?
cry.
Will you have
You
a tear?
can't
Will you tear
make
up?
me cry unless the Mets win the World Series. Then I'll cry. That's how.
You were telling me you were crying when fucking what's his name was throwing no hitters.
No
Edwin.
hitter. Yeah, I did. That's a different moment. Odell coming back to catch 40 balls and 600 yards and a couple touchdowns, and the Giants finishing fucking, what is it, 6-12 now? No, 6-11,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That don't do it for me. A no hitter that hasn't happened happened twice in fucking 62 years.
Yeah, watching Odell
That-
do a whip and a nay-nay
That does
in
it.
MetLife Stadium, not
That
gonna make me
does
cry.
it. Yeah. There's levels to fandom, and I think you have to learn that until you've seen things that haven't been accomplished in a billion years. Then you see, all right,
When the
without
Knicks
a
go to the
doubt,
playoffs, I might feel a certain way. But
the Knicks,
when the Knicks make a decent playoff
right?
run,
So the Knicks are like how I feel like the Knicks and the Mets. I feel equally about. They're my whole heart. But anyway,
They're two halves of your whole
yeah,
heart.
and I love the Giants. I do. I really love the Giants. But I just
it doesn't do it for you.
that's like the Mets to the first.
You've
one.
seen two of them already, too, though.
Yeah, it does.
You've seen
yeah,
two, you've seen-
But I would welcome him back with open arms, and I feel like I need to say it because Saquon Barkley called Odell right after the game ended. To the
We
Cowboys.
need you, bro.
And said we need you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
let's
besides
That's a
the
little
point.
touching.
keep it on moving. Brian is
will.
not here, but his daily fantasy segment, sure as fuck, is
Woo-woo.
Mr. Anthony
Yes, sir.
Alessino has it on his phone right there. I mean, I do have it over here if you don't want to feel. If you feel like you're doing all the talking, I can do Brian's daily fantasy.
I'll just go and you guys tell me. Just tell me.
Why don't
what
we
you
ping
think.
pong this a little bit? Let's
Whatever you want to do.
let's do this.
I'll start with the quarterbacks, and you guys can catch up or whatever you want to do.
fuck it.
So QB solid. I think it's pretty. I think this is at this point no longer hidden, no longer a mystery. I think we all know
we
that
know this. Yeah?
Jalen Hurts' value is, at least in fantasy in general, is out of control.
Yeah.
He's 8,200 versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's defense has been way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
So-
but time will still tell.
Yeah. But yeah, of course. So we have value plays for quarterbacks. We have Geno Smith at Detroit. Detroit hasn't really been great. Detroit's given up a lot of points, but they're also scoring a lot of points. Brian didn't have this. I will throw in Jared Goff.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100% for the
They
same
score a
Look-
lot of points.
So I want a quick thought here. Quick little thought. I think the Detroit Lions are the shootout candidate of the year, and I don't know what we should call this, but the we gotta come up with a little name for this. Like our
reason.
shooters.
The Geno Smith West Virginia University Award.
That's a pretty good
That's
one.
a lot.
That's the shootout of shootouts.
No, I know,
dude.
but it's a lot to
Yeah, that's the
mouth
point.
up.
Yeah.
WVU award.
I'm okay with that. I love Detroit. I loved them last year. I loved them 2 years ago, and they just keep letting me down. So
Washington still has hope to be in that conversation for the shootout award.
so does Jacksonville. Jacksonville scores
Sure
a shit
as
ton
fuck
of points.
do.
But any other quarterbacks that you could think of, excuse me, for value plays or
I mean, I don't have numbers
In
in front
general.
of
I
me.
mean, like, I feel like Jalen Hurts at this point, we know what's going on. So I feel like that's the solid guy. There's no really other people you could count on at this point. I mean, there are, but for where we got him, I think that's a definite right there. And your value plays, Geno Smith really is kind of the only guy here.
yeah. I don't
I-
love
I like
Geno.
Jared
I don't-
Goff,
I
too,
don't love
but-
Geno, but I mean, whatever. It seems like Geno is.
We're in a
when
weird
you think
week
about
here.
daily fantasy, he's more of a game manager to me for some reason. I will take Derek Carr every single week if I have to.
Yeah.
Like, that guy is certified for 400 yards at any given moment. You never know when it's going to happen. It might happen once every 5 weeks, but it will happen. He's
It'll
a
hit, yeah.
certified
for
400
sure.
yard guy.
Yeah, for
But-
sure.
Anyway, running backs. I'll do running backs, and you guys take over wide receiver and tight end. We got running back studs, Saquon Barkley, for $8,000. He is the cheapest of the top running backs, and he has a very good matchup this week versus the Bears. It seems like Saquon's always going to pop a tit. He seems like he's always going to get after one, right?
For sure, yeah.
Just show one sick move, and he's off to the races. I mean, we were texting during the game last week, Monday night, and I literally texted Jimmy and said, "Oh, I thought he popped that one to the house." Right? The very next play, he popped to the house, and then Jimmy
Yeah,
said,
just
"Sure
like-
did."
He did.
There it is.
He sure
He's
did.
off. So value, and I agree with this wholeheartedly. Khalil Herbert, the running back.
100%. 100%.
Now, the only thing I'll say is if you're in a big league, not I mean money wise, I mean people, where there's 100,000 contestants in one of these big DraftKings leagues, everybody's going to take this guy.
Right.
So if you really want to win the $2 million top prize or whatever the top prize is, I don't play that. I don't play the big entry. I think it's a waste of time. But if you are going to win that, you almost
gotta get lucky on
you
something.
almost got to get away from him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%. You gotta
You
avoid
You gotta
big
get after
plays.
it. You gotta get in the studio.
He did look great last week, and he can catch the ball. So, I mean, that's huge, especially when at least Justin Fields, in my opinion, is borderline lost. That guy doesn't throw the ball at all.
They've done nothing to help.
Oh my God, they're 2-1, and it was just I don't even know. It's the battle of the fucking worst 2-1 teams in history, the Giants and Bears. But whatever. Another value play that Brian has is Josh Jacobs versus the Broncos.
Yeah, he said seems to be way underpriced. I don't know. I don't know what the price is on him because it's not written down here. But he sucks, dude.
Well,
I think Josh Jacobs sucks.
Keep that up because you're going to take a wide receiver, and I'm going to look up what his
I'll
price
do
is
wide
right
receiver.
now.
So I got a just quick little insert here for running backs. One guy I'm looking at this week, maybe not. I don't play a lot of daily fantasy, but Dameon Pierce against the Chargers. I think that might be you might get a little lucky there. might find something in there.
They use Damian.
I know we're talking about the volume here.
So here we
Damian
go.
Pierce, you just said?
Damian Pierce.
He's hurt.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
You look it up. Google Damian Pierce right now. I promise you he's hurt.
He returned to full practice today.
Was a full participant in Thursday's
The last
practice.
thing that I read was that
Good.
Burkhead was going to have a heavy fucking...
Hip isn't serious
Oh, really?
issue,
Yeah.
likely to play, and could be left off the injury report altogether.
All right.
Whatever. It's all right. You're just looking out for us. Khalil Herbert, 5,700. Damian Pierce, 5,600. Josh Jacobs, 5,500. Hilarity. Right? They're literally in order. Real deep plays, I wouldn't touch Dobbins. You want to say Ramondre Stevenson? I don't think that there's points there for him to be had. Rex Burkhead, 4,900. Dante Hilliard, not bad at 4,900. And that's really...
Dontrell Hilliard from the
Dontrell
Titans?
Hilliard.
What did I say?
Dante.
Dante.
That's Dante?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dontrell Hilliard
Dontrell,
from
yeah,
the Titans.
yeah, Dontrell.
Right.
And Chuba Hubbard, if McCaffrey doesn't play, is only 4,700. But that's
100%.
another one that everybody's going to play.
Right.
You gotta keep
You
your eye on
gotta go pick that Bills fullback. That's what you gotta do. They are finding
The
all
Chargers,
kinds-
yeah, the Chargers.
No.
The Chargers one too. Remember Zober?
Xander Horvath.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah. All right,
I'm
over.
gonna take over wide receivers here. We got wide receiver. We got two stud options for you here. Number one, we have A.J. Brown versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. His price is 7,400 cool ones. Reasons here are the Eagles seem to be in a shootout every week so far. What's weird about this for me is if you actually look at it, dude, they have the biggest second quarter point differential of anybody in the NFL. They're having monstrous second quarters and coasting out the second. Show me where I'm wrong.
No,
They're having
agreeing with you.
They're
That's a
having
very
monstrous
great
second
fact.
quarters and then riding out the second halves of games, dude. But yes, they are scoring a lot of points. They are seemingly in shootouts every week, and we have a bad Jacksonville passing defense, which I agree with. Those boys can get up after it in the front seven, though. Here's the thing you got to realize about teams that suck all the time. They're constantly picking in the top 10, top 15 of the draft, so there's wild talent all over that front seven.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Jack?
No, nothing.
Okay.
All right.
I was gonna say Jacksonville can get after it too, dude.
That's 100%. I agree. Not mine. Brian's next stud. We got CeeDee Lamb versus Washington for 6,700. Again, Washington always in shootouts, and Cooper Rush looks. Brian has written down here. Cooper Rush does not look bad. What I would say is he looks better than not bad. He looks competent. And I forgot who said it, but somebody said this in the media this week. The only reason this is not a quarterback controversy is because Dak makes too much money.
Okay. So, real quick, before you jump on, CeeDee Lamb, 7 for 75 with 11 targets. The first week, Cooper Rush, quarterback. Second week, 8 for 87 and a touchdown with 12 targets. With Dak, I know this means nothing, 2 for 29, 11 targets. So he's seeing 11 targets consistently. He's averaging 11.5 targets a game. And for 67,
I think that's the play.
what else you
Not a bad
got?
play.
So,
Value. We got the value guys here. You had something to add, Jack?
Oh no, I was gonna ask you. Let's go to the value guys.
Oh, yeah. So we got value guys here. We
Yeah.
got a guy who I've drafted in 2 of my 3 leagues late. You know, I might have used the last pick on him. It's Garrett Wilson of the Jets versus Pittsburgh at 5,400. I mean, we're got to be creeping towards the place where this is no longer a value play, right? Getting there pretty soon. You watch the tape of this guy, the separation at the line of scrimmage is unreal. And that is the crux of getting open in the NFL, is what can you do at the line of scrimmage to shake away from this guy. He's always open. Seemingly should get better being the key word with Zach, with the more mobile quarterback.
I'm starting to think I made the bad trade with Devontae Adams and him.
Devontae Adams and who?
When I gave up Devontae Adams, when I gave up Garrett Wilson in the first round pick for Devontae Adams.
Yeah, it's rough. You're trying to go win now.
Well, yeah.
So Pittsburgh's defense not great. They're 0-7 without TJ Watt.
yeah.
You have to, with the targets that this guy's getting so early, so fast. 5,400, you probably got to go play him. This is another guy that I've drafted in at least one league. Zay Jones of the Jaguars playing Denver for $4,200.
So just real quick, Garrett Wilson's targets in the first 3.
I don't know why it says Renfro wasn't even at practice on Wednesday.
Maybe a little miscue because he
Yeah.
was a
Because
Raider last year.
Zay
Maybe
Jones-
this is supposed to be Matt Collins. Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
Jacksonville's playing.
Garrett Wilson had 8 targets his first game, 14 the second, and 11 the third. So he's definitely getting.
And you look at like the advanced percentages on like his snaps. It's like he's only playing X amount of snaps, but he's on like off his snaps 90%
the
of them
usage,
are passing plays. Yeah.
So
Yeah, Jacksonville is not playing Denver, so this has got to
this
be.
has to be Matt Collins.
This has to be Matt Collins versus Denver at 4,200 with Renfro not even being at practice on Wednesday.
Okay, so Matt Collins last week was 8 for 158 and a touchdown with 11 targets.
And he's out targeting Devontae Adams.
That won't happen for long. But he had. Don't get me upset, Jack. All right, he had 8 targets week 2 for 5 receptions for 66 yards. So I mean, yeah, my fear is that you get into these shootouts and Matt Collins becomes incredibly useful. Denver just refuses to get into a shootout.
Yeah.
They refuse to put up 14 points. So I don't really know.
They refuse to play offense and they agree to play defense.
So their motto seems like they're just going to eke out low-scoring games.
Like, 2018
Right.
Peyton Manning's year, or whatever year that was, 2015 Peyton Manning's year. Oh, okay.
I'm a little nervous about it, but anyway.
Tight ends, for the stud tight end play, it's, none other than Mark Andrews going up against Buffalo, 7,100. Don't know about Jordan Poyer, but Micah Hyde's on the shelf, right? Think Jordan Poyer's still going to be hurt? That secondary is largely banged up.
Yeah.
Buffalo has been in it.
Jesus, again.
Has had a bit of a tendency to give up points other than that Tennessee game so far this year. Obviously, Mark Andrews is one of the only targets with a pulse in that Baltimore offense. Got to be a smart play at tight end. The value play here is going to be our long-lost cousin, T.J. Hawkins' son, versus the Seattle Seahawks at $4,100.
I agree entirely with this.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I'm going to go...
And Hawk's been cold so far.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to go another value play. Njoku.
I can see it.
He did unbelievable last week, and he's 3,700 this week.
But this is what we've been waiting for.
With Njoku?
Is this sustainable? Is this really...
I don't know, but they fed him last week. Like, legitimately just fed him.
It's weird because now that we're here, Jacoby Brissett has been finding ways to get balls to playmakers at a alarmingly decent rate.
Oh, it's incredible how bad Baker Mayfield is.
Yeah.
Bro, he is the worst, dead last 33rd ranked quarterback in QBR this year.
33rd ranked with only how many starting quarterbacks in the NFL?
32.
Right.
So that means somebody.
So
there's a backup somewhere that played.
To hammer this
Cooper
point,
Rush.
Yeah, but to hammer this point forward, first it was Amari Cooper because Amari Cooper last year not great. Amari Cooper this year finding value, getting targets, performing.
Right, but Amari Cooper wasn't playing with the Browns last year.
Exactly. Baker Mayfield was playing with Odell on the Browns last year, and Odell wasn't getting it, went to the Rams, made it work. So it's speaking more towards Baker Mayfield. But to get back to Brissett, now we got Njoku making moves, making production. Bless you.
Excuse me.
I'm not saying Brissett's getting better than serviceable, but we're finding ways to get balls to guys who can make a play or guys who are going to produce. And I think that's something you need to look at moving forward. I think that's something we need to kind of pay attention to before we get Deshaun back. But any other thoughts here?
We got the Giants defense at $3,100 going up against an absolutely abysmal Chicago offense. These boys are 2-1. They've had 23 total pass attempts or completions. 23 pass completions through 3 games now. Giants look tough on defense.
That's fucking horrific.
23 completions through 3 games. Tibbs is, we hope, still going to keep showing up, keep getting better every snap. Azeez Ojulari, they both seem to be shaking off some rust on Monday night. Eventually, these guys find a way to get home. This defense is only going to get better, barring injury or something catastrophic happening. It's got to be a smart play against Chicago.
That's horrific.
I know Brian took the Jets last week.
Field sucks.
I know Brian took the Jets last week, and he's not here to speak for himself about it. But hey, what are you going to do? The Jets defense largely held up. for the
Yeah,
most part.
I think their defense
Two or
is-
three bad plays. What are you going to do? Anything else for you on daily fantasy before we take a break?
No,
I'm
good.
good. I'm good.
All right, well, we'll take a break and we'll get back at you.
All right, guys, listen. Pat McAfee said it best. You got to look good to feel good. You got to feel good to play good. Well, we're going to help you guys look good with Saatchi di Dinero. All right, it's the finest Italian material. It's fire. It's comfortable. And we got a saving for you. All right, you're going to use promo code HAVOC for 10% off your total purchase at SaatchiDiDinero.com. Also, check them out over at Instagram at Saatchi di Dinero. Saatchi di Dinero, always authentic, never counterfeit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're going to put together our 1,000 collective units. So,
Hold on. We are going to do that. First and foremost, the best way to support the show is to support the sponsors. You support the sponsors, you are supporting the boys, helping us chase a dream and get out of this basement. We are going to put our collective units down, but first we need to review to you. It was a terrible fucking week for all of us. As a team, we lost all 1,000, okay? We had 400 on the Detroit money line. We had 100 on the Jets money line. We had 100 on the Washington Philly over, 100 on the Chargers -7, 100 on the Giants -1, and 100 on parlay with the Rams -2, the Chiefs -5.5, Baltimore -3. We're down to -1650 on the year. We have $1,000 to play with in $100 units, so we have potentially 10 $100 bets we can place. Let's go through the slate right now. This is obviously excluding Thursday night. Vikings versus Saints. Vikings are -2.5. The over/under is 43.5. Not excited about touching this one.
No.
I have zero interest.
Need a pen. No.
Titans, Colts. Colts are home. They're -3.5. The over/under is 43. Feels like a trap to me. The AFC South, I need more data before I'm willing to put units on.
I can't agree with that statement, but I like the under.
No.
Chicago Bears traveling to MetLife Stadium to take on the Giants, where the Giants will be a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 39.5. Don't know how I feel about the over/under. I'm very just off on over/unders this year. I'm getting off of them. Do love the Giants -3 though.
I like the Giants.
I like it.
I like the over, but
Well, write it down. We'll circle back. Going to Buffalo, traveling to Baltimore, where Buffalo will be home favorites with a -3. The over/under is 51, which seems crazy high to me. This is a big game for Baltimore, right?
it's a big game for both of them.
You think?
I don't think Josh Allen wants to drop 2 in a row.
No one wants to drop 2 in a row.
In an MVP year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lamar might be having another MVP year, dude. This is a
saying.
big head-to-head
I
here.
think I like the over in this one.
I think the over. We got two
Well, you
shootout
just said
teams.
you're not touching the over the last fucking game. You
I
said-
didn't say that I was going to put action on it. I just think I like the
All right.
over in this one.
I think the over is a.
What do you like the Bills in this?
No, I don't. I wouldn't touch
You
it.
don't want to touch it.
No.
Fine with me. Chargers going to Houston, where they will be -5 despite the slew of injuries we discussed earlier in the show. It's over 45. Over under 45. I don't know if I love this one either, if I'm
I
being
don't wanna
honest with
touch it.
you.
I like Houston +5.
That's why I said I don't know if I want to touch it, because I don't know if I love Houston +5. You know?
Yeah.
But that's like the closest I feel. Because the Chargers, I'm down on the Chargers right now. Houston will compete, but the Chargers are going to come out pissed off. And, what kind of painkillers is Herbie going to be on? Who knows? Seattle, Detroit. Detroit is 4-point favorites at home. Over-under is 48 even. I love Detroit in this one.
I love Detroit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. What's the spread?
4.
Okay.
Next, we have the Jets traveling to Pittsburgh. Well, they will be 3.5-point road dogs. The over/under is 41.5.
Love the under.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't hate the under, but
I don't hate the under, but I don't love the
love
under.
it.
I do love Jets plus 3.5. I do love Jets winning this game.
Take it. Let's just.
Trubisky sucks.
We'll
He
circle
does,
back.
but let's just keep it moving.
Look,
Big on
I
the circle
I
here.
understand wanting to be gun shy with Zach's first game. I get that. But if there's to be action, I'm never going to put my money in the hands of Mitch Trubisky, dude. Jaguars are going to travel to Philly. Philly's 6.5 point favorites. Over under is 45.5. I kind of like Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Money line or plus 6.5.
Well, we're down big, down bad, right? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Down bad. So I'm gonna go. We'll go. Well, we'll circle.
We'll circle back. I like Jacksonville's money line though. Washington Commies traveling to Dallas. Dallas is going to be a 3-point favorite. Dak is not going to go in this one, right? Still Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Over under's 41.5. You've gotta think under in this one, right? With that Cowboys defense. And Carson Wentz being an aberration.
I don't know.
Carson Wentz being an absolute fucking
I
liability.
don't know. I'm not touching the over under. I just want to
Listen, I love the Cowboys here. That's it. Fuck the commies, America's team. I think this is what's written in the stone
The
here.
Detroit Lions are America's team now.
What's Dallas minus what?
3.
I'll write it because you want it, but
We'll write it. We'll circle back. Cleveland Browns traveling to Atlanta, where they will be -1 on the road. Over under's 47.5. I want nothing to do with any part of this game.
I agree.
I mean, Arizona seems like a shoo-in, but we'll leave it. Go ahead.
We're talking Cleveland, Atlanta, not Arizona, Carolina.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at. What did you say?
Cleveland, Atlanta.
No, I'm not touching
Where
that.
Cleveland's -1. Now we can go Arizona, Carolina.
I like Arizona.
Arizona
I like
plus
Arizona.
1.5, over 43.5. I like Arizona plus 1.5. I like the over.
You know how I get once the game starts. I'm fucking panicky.
Yeah, well,
I'm like a fucking.
the cocaine Cardinals, dude. Betting on them's like doing cocaine. You're up, you're down,
Yeah,
you're happy,
but
you're sad.
But you just said it's Baker Mayfield. You
I
just
know
said it.
Baker's terrible. Yep. Denver Broncos going to Las Vegas. The Raiders are 2.5 point favorites. The over under is 45.5. I think I like the Raiders in this game.
I mean, they
but
can't lose.
They can't. But
If they lose,
but
it's
they can,
over.
you
If
know?
they can't lose, if they lose,
If they lose, it's over. Nail in the coffin.
What is it? Minus.
They're -2.5. The Raiders.
It's
Over under is 45.5.
legitimately over before it starts.
Yeah, if they lose, the season's over a month in. New England Patriots are plus 9.5 in Lambeau Field to the Green Bay Packers. The over-under is 40.5. I just feel like you want to say it's got to go under, right? Because what's Brian Hoyer going to do against this Packers D? And you got to love Green Bay -9.5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The Patriots are dog shit, dude. Now you're going to take away their quarterback? Fuck you and your little laugh, dude. I had to sit through 20 years of Thomas Brady and all the Super Bowl rings in the world and beating the Jets 43-6 on fucking primetime. The Patriots are dog shit now, and Belichick
Yeah.
is still there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fucking revel in it, dude.
Yeah.
You guys are dog shit this year.
What?
I'm going to smash the Packers -9.5.
What?
Fuck you, Bill.
What?
This guy's whatting me, dude. He's hitting me with the what chant. Goes to one wrestling event and hits me with a what chant, bro.
Did you like it?
What?
Whatever. Let's keep moving on.
What?
Did you like
All
it?
right, enough.
Loved it. B. Marsh was right.
Kansas City Chiefs Sunday night game are going to Tampa Bay. The game is going to stay in Tampa Bay, despite the hurricane going on down there in Florida right now. This game right here, I have as a pick. But you said KC was -1?
Yeah,
where
but
you
it
looked?
could have moved. Yeah.
It could have moved since then. So, I mean, dude,
Now, I'm not
What are
touching
we-
it
over
because
on
this is though we did it for the hurricane. You know what I mean? We won it for.
Yeah,
I'm
I just-
not touching this bullshit.
I want to touch it. Over under is 45.5.
It's because the fucking Buccaneers can't score.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. What Brady's offense are we going to get?
I don't think it's him. I think it's everybody.
No, it's not him. It's everything. Going to the Monday night game, we have the Rams at the Niners. The Niners are 1.5 point favorites. For what reason, I could not tell you. Don't understand why they were 3.5 point favorites earlier in the week. The over-under is 42.5. Brain says under, but, it doesn't really make much sense. Not that it doesn't make much sense, but it didn't make much sense when Atlanta blocked the fucking punt.
Joe Mixon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. All right.
Yeah, buddy. One part of the parlay done. Anyway,
Fantastic. Got one loss in the books already. Love that.
They literally drove downfield like nothing on them. All right.
Fantastic. So, like we were saying, Rams should not be underdogs in this game. Don't understand it. Jimmy Garoppolo seems frustrated. He showed you all the reasons why they chose to move on from him when he played last week. Gotta love Rams plus 1.5. Got Rams even money at the money line.
I like him.
All right. So ready? Here we go.
Cool.
I'm sitting up for it. How do you want to do this? How do you want to get this money back?
What do we have written down there?
Dallas -3.
Well, let's maybe. Do you want to be a little crazy here?
How crazy?
Crazy, dude. We take
I'm
out.
swinging?
We're taking out a calculator real quick.
Okay.
You know, let's get a little wild here.
If we're getting crazy, I think we should.
You know what kind of crazy your boy likes to get when it's time to take out the old shovel, right?
I think it's time we take a swing.
We put 2 glizzies in 1 bun, dude.
What, you going Houston, Jacksonville? Or are you going Jets, Jacksonville?
Jets, Jacksonville. I can't seem to. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second here.
You want me to get it up?
Yeah, if you can, you know. I mean, let's see what we got here. Jets, Jacksonville, parlay that. Oh, that's why. Plus 703. Jets money line, Jacksonville Jaguars money line, plus 703.
703.
You throw a unit or 2 on that.
I think 2 units.
I don't
If
know
we're getting
why you
crazy,
love.
we got 2.
I don't know. I'm a little
We're getting crazy. We're swinging.
because you're
You're scared of the
in
Jets.
yeah, because you're in Pittsburgh. But I get they're 0-7 without JJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt. They're also 0-7 without JJ Watt.
I mean, they're over $1 million without
You know.
TJ Watt, I guess.
Listen.
So,
Listen, I don't do this too often. I don't try and get other people on my own train because I just do my own thing. But right now we got to get a little crazy. We gotta get some energy in here. All right. I like to swing, but apparently right now we're gonna put 2 glizzies in 1 bun. Okay, 2 glizzies, 1 bun. Can you get with me? Can we take a trick? Can we take a what's the word I'm thinking? What's
You
the
alright?
song lyrics?
you just had a fucking
I'm having a
stroke.
stroke.
Fucking
Come on, ride the train. Woo, woo.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, ride it. Come on, ride the train.
You guys are hard makers. 100.
Do you want to do 100? 100 to win 703. Why not? 1
100
unit.
for 703. All right.
Not risking a lot, you know?
1 unit, 9 remaining.
Now, I mean, I kind of personally feel like, should we go big on the G-Men? I was going to say gangrene, but that's the Jets. Giants -3. They got to beat the Bears, right? Stop it. Stop it with this nonsense.
All right. 200 Giants -3.
Sure.
200 yards. 3 units down, 7 remaining.
What's your number one play? Number one play. I'd say 500 on Lions minus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's
what
go
we got?
fucking 550, dude.
550.
550 to win 500 on the Detroit Lions -4. And then we got 150 to play with.
You know.
I mean, 150 on the Rams money line at even money.
I think that's.
We could do the can't miss, but most definitely will. Big dick swing parlay.
There's not that much action that I love this week.
We already
I'm-
put 2 glazes in 1 bun. We can't swing
We
anymore.
could do Jets +3.
You see what you're
Lions
doing?
-4.
We're swinging too much around.
Let the man talk.
Well, you guys want to swing big dicks, and then I go to
Take it out, son. Let's see it.
All right, Browns -1,
Browns -1.
and let's do Arizona straight.
Jets +3.5. Arizona straight. Browns -1.
Odds?
And the
Detroit
Lions
-4.
-4.
Yeah,
And what do you got on that?
13-28.
For
150 wins, 2,142.
I'm in. Put it in.
It qualifies as a swing, so I have to give it my stamp of approval. I can't say no.
Cards. That's it. Cards, Browns, Jets, and Lions. But Jets with the points. So we're covering
Jets with
ourselves.
points.
All right. So read those off one more time for us.
All right, we got 150 on a 14 parlay. Cardinals straight, Browns -1, Jets +3, Lions -4. That's 150 to win 2,142. We got 550 on the Lions -4 to win 500. We got 200 on the G-Men -3 to win 190. 180, right? 180. Sorry. I lied, 180. And we got 100 on the Jets Jaguars straight. That'll pay 703. That should help.
So now
Sounds
we'll
delightful.
go into against the spread, locks, parlays, glizzy gods. I'll just tell you mine. I don't know if we have everyone's right now calibrated because we don't have Brian with us.
Well, I have Browns.
But I went. No, I mean last week.
Oh.
I went 0 for 3 against the spread. I had Chargers -3, Buffalo -5.5, KC -5.5. I went 1 for 2 on locks. I had locked Baltimore money line over 47.5 in the Philly game and the Detroit money line. My parlay, I had Buffalo and KC involved, so it got blown up, and I was a miss on the Jets as the glizzy god.
No. The shit.
This week for picks, I will give you Brian's first and foremost because I have it right in front of me here. Against the spread, he is going to go Minnesota -3, Atlanta +1, New York Giants -2.5. Now give me 1 second here, and I will also pull up Pancake Louie. Never mind, no, I won't. Brian's locks are going to be the Rams +1.5, the under in the Tampa Bay Kansas City game, and Detroit -4. He's going to parlay the over in the he's got a good old over/under parlay for us, dude. Over Washington versus Dallas, under Arizona versus Carolina, under Green Bay versus New England. Now, me personally here, I'm going to go against the spread, and I'm going to go Giants -3. Cowboys -3, Colts -3.5. Jack Ralacino, ATS.
Against the spread, I'm gonna go Giants, Cowboys, and
Say the spreads.
-3. I'm pretty sure, right? And I like the Giants the Lions 4.5 or 4.
Parlay can be the 3-team parlay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do you have your against the spread pick?
Yeah, my against the spread picks are my locks.
Oh, it's both?
Yep, 100%.
Okay, so I'll say Brian's locks first, and then we'll turn it over to you. Brian's locking the Rams +1.5. The Tampa... Oh, I said Brian's locks already. What are we doing here?
I don't know.
Shot shit. Go ahead.
I don't- Okay, here we go.
Hit me with your locks, dude.
The locks and the spreads. Jacksonville Jaguars +6.5. One lock. Detroit -4. One lock. Indy -3.5. You want the parlay now or?
No.
Hold off for a second. My locks, I'm gonna go ahead throw a good old double lock on the Detroit Lions, and then I'm gonna single lock the Dallas Cowboys. James,
I'm
what you got?
breaking out the triple lock on Green Bay -9.5.
Wow.
Enough of this bullshit with the Patriots, dude. It's
Like
Rogers
that.
time. Discount double check. One thing I know for sure, because Pancake Louie's picks are on my phone, which is also the camera, and I thought I had him on the Mac, but I do not, unfortunately. He triple locked Cincinnati -3.5 tonight.
Okay.
That I know for
Okay.
sure.
That's pretty good because
Yeah.
it's 7-3 right now. But the Dolphins drove the ball away to the goal line and then kicked the field goal.
Tremendous. We're doing great.
Tyreek Hill has 1 catch for 25 yards. I'm gonna name my parlay every week is gonna be the. I'm gonna name it every week. I'm gonna name it. Play a little fun little game with myself. I'm gonna call this the Week 4 Do or Die parlay. So I'm gonna go Colts, Cardinals, and Raiders, all straight. It's plus 431. Okay, so and I'm gonna call it a Do or Die because if any of these teams lose, they're in a lot of trouble. We could say season over for the Raiders, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, no, 0-4. It's
Season
done.
over for the Raiders. Colts not season over because they have that tie and they're in not a great division, but this is a game against the Titans that they need to take. You know what I mean? And then Cardinals versus Panthers. I mean, with McCaffrey questionable, how are we even considering this right now? Got to get it done. Have to get it done. So those are my that's my Do or Die Week 4 parlay.
My parlay this week is going to be Lions money line, Cowboys -3, Browns -1, Packers -9.5 at plus 748. Jack?
Just give me a minute. I'm finishing it up here.
Cooking it.
It's stewing, bro. It's almost there.
Man, this guy found a word and he's just
I found more than a word.
he found a stew. He found stew tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He found the word stew. And it's been word vomit ever since.
All right. So, my parlay. We're gonna call this. I don't know what to call this.
No, you don't. No. You don't have to. That's my thing. You don't have to do that.
All right, it's your thing.
All right, that's fine.
So,
Don't call it anything.
in the stew here, we got the Giants -3. We got the Jets +3.5. We got the Cowboys -3. We got the Cardinals +1.5, and we got the Rams +1.5. And the odds here are +1,988.
All right, what would you call it?
I mean, what, James? You didn't have higher odds than
Not
1,000.
even close, no.
What do you think it's gonna be called, dude? Come on, you want me to say it?
Yeah, I want you to say it. That's the fucking point of the
That
show. isn't
is
it?
the motherfucking big dick swing of the week.
Do we have a record count on his big dick swing?
It's over. Whatever it is, it's over. There's
Didn't
no
he hit
way-
one time?
He might have hit one time. I don't know.
So, if the big dick swing of the week hits this week, is it a first or a second time? Whatever, we'll celebrate like we're fucking champions. We'll have stew for dinner.
I don't like that you're...
Glizzy God pick of the week time. Me and Brian have the same one. It's the New York Jets. I know I lost on the Jets last week. I'm going back to the well this week.
You...
Trubisky's fucking awful.
Oh, I forgot.
You don't have a Glizzy God.
Well, I mean, give me a fucking half a second.
Jack, what's your Glizzy God of the week?
Glizzy God of the week, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Love that.
Really good one. Brian rode with you?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think he knew that I was running.
Oh, okay. I'll ride with Jack.
All right.
Doug
So that's
Doug
like-
Peterson going back to Philly.
Oh yeah.
I'll ride with it.
All right, so I will say this, Pancake Louie, I know you're listening. I'm sorry I didn't get your picks in. Obviously, it's a different show. Usually we have Brian in the chair I'm in right now. shit happens. I'm sorry I couldn't get your picks in. We'll announce them on Tuesday. You're still in the mix. You're doing better than anybody else right now. So good on you. We will find your picks. We'll announce them on Tuesday. That is what it is. Closing statements, questions, remarks, concerns?
I think we need a bounce back week.
100%.
I think everybody got beat up week 3.
I think we're gonna get after it. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think we'll find a way. You know, we're just gonna get.
We absolutely. Life always finds a way, Jack. Jurassic Park. Life finds a way. And it always will. I need one of you guys to hit the outline, if that's the show.
Go ahead.
As always, we're brought to you by Stay Thirsty Co., Justin's Chop Shop, West Hampton Beach, Dino Skate Park, Tiger Pack Productions, and Sachi Di Dinero. Peace out.
Stay tuned.
Oh, I love that.